shoulder in the gas dispute, at least to start with. The new year was only a few hours old when supplies of Russian fuel to Ukraine were cut. Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko and President Viktor Yushchenko appeared to be united again and issued a joint statement. They said the country would not freeze. A shared stance is something people had rarely seen over the previous year.
Today we can see a more or less consolidated position of the President and the Prime Minister in talks with Russia, but the political crisis in the country will continue.
But it turned out to be a fragile peace. The contract with Russia wasn't signed, the gas conflict escalated, and the two former allies again took different approaches. While Yushchenko released one statement after the other, the Iron Lady of Ukrainian politics quietly took a back seat. And then Tymoshenko chose her moment to strike when it was needed the most.
We have signed one more protocol that is like the one that we already signed in Brussels, but without Russia. Today we have signed an agreement to give access to EU monitors to visit all Ukrainian gas stations and exporting stations from the Russian side.
Tymoshenko insisted Ukraine had not siphoned off Russian gas illegally as Gazprom had claimed. Yushchenko was more reserved in his comments and urged the country's prosecutor's office to investigate whether this was true.
Some foreign politicians blame the Ukrainian state and certain officials for the crimes. It harms Ukraine's image and interests. So I propose to organize immediately an investigation and to take a reasonable and legal decision based on the results of it.
Some experts say it is Yushchenko's attempt to get a grip on the situation and to assert his authority after Tymoshenko's successes. But the opposition sees the efforts of both as insufficient.
In this situation, branches of power do not matter to us. We believe that both the Prime Minister and the President must admit their mistakes and resign.
2009 is election year and a presidential campaign is beginning in Ukraine. And the gas saga is adding fuel to a burning political pot. The issue of a new contract on future supplies of gas to Ukraine remains valid, and the politician who will be able to bring this deal will certainly reap a reward. But even though gas shortages seems to be a common problem for everyone in Kiev, there hardly will be any consensus among key political players. Alexei Rashevsky, RT, Kiev, Ukraine.